Om yo brahmanam vidadati purvam yo vai vedashcha prahino tasmai tamha devamatma buddhi prakasham mumukshurvai sharanamaham prapadye. Om shanti shanti shanti. Om namo brahmadibhyo brahma vidya sampradaya kartribhyo vamshirshibhyo mahatmyo namo gurubhyah sarvopaplavarahitāh prajñānaghanah pratyagartho brahmaivahamasmi वेदांतार्थ विभासकाय गुरवे शांताय सन्यासिने नानावादी नगेन्द्र संगपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्त दिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां विप्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। सर्वतंत्र स्वतंत्राय सदात्माद्वैतवेदिने श्रीमते शंकरार्याय वेदांत गुरवे नमः। योऽवतीर्ण इहाचार्य रूपेण यतीनामुदे श्रीमन्नारायणं वन्दे तं हरिं करुणानिधिं। मननाख्यं प्रकरणं वासुदेव यतीश्वरैः रचितं विस्तरेणाद्य संग्रहेण प्रकाश्यते। बालानामुपकाराय मम विज्ञानसिद्धये तत्र श्रीबालगोपाल कृष्णः सन्निहितो भवेत्। इतः परमात्मनः पंचकोश व्यतिरिक्तत्वम् उच्यते. Now that we have been told that what is the lakshanam of Atma? Panchakosha Vyatiriktatvam. Now that Vyatiriktatvam also becomes kind of a dharma. Where is it going to be found? Wherever you are going to find, that is Atma. Okay? That is how it is. So wherever you are going to find Gotva, that is Go. Isn't it? Because you cannot find Gotva in buffalo, in a horse, in a goat. So wherever you are going to find, so now irrespective whether that cow is brown cow or a white cow or a black cow or a short cow or a big cow, huh? Or a baby cow or an adult cow, it does not matter. As long as you are going to discover Gotva, that is going to be a cow. So wherever you are going to find this Panchakosha Vyatiriktatvam, you are going to find Paramatma Uchyate. So this is kind of a pratishnya, because this is what you are going to see in this part of the chapter. Itaha Paramatmanaha Panchakosha Vyatiriktatvam Uchyate. Now, the author is giving you an hint. Otherwise, what was Atma is the question, and Panchakosha Vyatiriktatvam was told. But that what you are going to discover as Vyatirikta from the Panchakosha is Paramatma. Okay. So Brahmatma Ikyam is what he is already showing. Sanket, indicating over here. So Khadgadikam tat koshadikam ekattvena khadgadi rupena vyavahriyamana manamati tat khadgadikam koshabhyattam. So now the example that he provided about Khadga, then Mukhalinga, the fruit and the skin of the fruit, and the Purusha and his shirt. Kanchukam. These were the examples that he provided. Then, what do we understand from these examples is, though when you are told, bring the sword, so you bring the sword along with the scabbard. Did you have darshan of Shiva? So you go over there, but what you actually see is the Mukhalinga. Okay, so the puja is done. The Mukhalinga is already sitting on the Shivalinga. And so now you say, yes, I had darshan of Shivalinga in the temple. So all these things, Khadgadi Rupena Vyavariyamanam Api. Now even the Khadga is something different from the scabbard, yet the scabbard also in transaction is called as Khadga. Khadga means sword. Though the Mukhalinga is not Shivalinga, yet what happens is that we call that Mukhalinga also as Shivalinga. So also this Panchakosha is called as Atma. Tadvat. Exactly in the same way, Kosha Bhinnatvena Kosha Panchakosha Abhinnatvena Vyavadiyamana Upi Atma Tebhyo Vyatiriktaha Eva. Though it is thus found whenever you are going to use the word I, it can mean body or the Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, so on and so forth. Yet it may mean that word I can go and, say, yet what is the main meaning of the word I is that what is other than the Panchakosha. Tad Vyatiriktaha eva, tebhyo Vyatiriktaha eva. One should understand this. Nanu Atmanaha Koshanam cha ekatvena vivariyamanaatmanatvat paraspara sambandho asti iti vaktavyam. Acha, then since Atma and the Panchakoshas are used as if it is one and the same, isn't it? Then there has to be some sambandha between them. There are various kinds of sambandhas. Now we have to test whether any of these sambandhas are there with Atma and Panchakoshas or not. That is what we will have to do. But let me give you an example. So, like Shri Krishna in the Mahabharata says, anybody who harms or does injustice to Arjuna does it to me. So there is some sambandha. Okay. You see? Bhava sambandha. But over here, what kind of sambandha are you expecting? Since both of them are used interchangeably as if, and Vyavahara is also found to become fruitful. A fruitful transaction is also seen, isn't it? Successful transaction is seen. So when you say, I am thirsty, water is given and the thirst is also quenched. Though the word I means Atma and thirst belongs to the Pranamaya Kosha. You don't say, hey, bring water for my Pranamaya Kosha. You say, Vyavariyamano Pya Atma. So you should remember. So now this Vyavahara is not going to be your yardstick to understand the Vivek. Vyatiriktatvam. Okay. Nanu Atmanaha Koshanam cha ekatvena Vyavariyamanattvat Paraspara Sambandho Asti iti Vaktavyam. Now he takes you to another point where he says that since they are interchangeably used, which means that they should have some sort of a relationship. Means, like the pot is on the floor So there is, what is the relationship? What is the sambandha? Sanyoga sambandha is there. Okay. Means contact. Okay. Bheri danda. Like the trumpet. Trumpet, what is it called? Drum. And the stick. There is some contact between, and then only it can produce the sound. If the stick does not strike the drum, it cannot create the sound. So Bheri and Danda, there is some sambandha. Like the Bhutala and Khata, there is some. And what sambandha is this? It is called as a Sanyoga sambandha. Another thing about Sanyoga sambandha to be noticed is that Sanyoga sambandha will be there only in one desh, one part of both the objects. Since it is sambandha, you require two for sambandha. No, Nayayikas have got, there is one sambandha which Nayayikas say, which is, it doesn't require a second one. Ghata and Ghatatva will have sambandha. But according to them, Ghata also has sambandha with itself. That is a different thing. Let's not go there. Just understand this much presently. They call it as Swarupa Sambandha. Okay? And there is a purpose behind why they have to accept something like this. So now, Sanyoga Sambandha is one type of Sambandha. There is another Sambandha also. And we have to see whether Atma and the Panchakoshas have any of either of these Sambandhas. So now he goes, the Uttar Pakshi, the Siddhanti gives him a reply. Atmano na kenapi sambandha. Atma has no sambandha with anyone. Kenapi saha na sambandha. Sa niranjanaha. Sa niranjanaha iti muchyate. How do you say that this Atma is Niranjana? So, in this Nath Sampradaya, this Nath people always, give this call, Alakh Niranjan. Alakh means, in that language, Kha is Ksha. Alaksha Niranjan. Alaksha means that which cannot be indicated. Alaksha, not only indicated, it cannot be even spotted by the Indriyas. Therefore remains Alaksha and is Niranjan, means spotless. Anjana means a blemish. What you put in the eye, Netranjana. We have one, that yellow balm, very famous, Amritanjan. It was compulsory, every house has to have. Huh? It is still there. Previously, we used to get it in glass bottles. Now it is a plastic bottle. That is Amritanjan, yellow. That color is nice. White, it comes not no more yellow. Oh.
No, it is still yellow.
Huh. Maybe in the Rishikesh they get duplicate. So, Anjana means something that which can be anointed. Niranjana means that which is not anointed, which is free from any blemish. No stain. So, Alaksha Niranjana, Alakha Niranjana. So now he is asking, Sa Niranjanaha iti kathamuchyate. How do you call? Because na kenapi sambandhaha, and hence is Niranjana. Shrunu. Listen. Sambandho aneka prakaraha. Sambandha, relationship, is of more than one type. Aneka. Tarka Siddhante, in the school of logicians, Vaisheshika Tarka Siddhante, Samavaya Sambandha, Sanyoga Sambandha, iti Viprakaраha. How many they accept? Two mainly. One is called as Samavaya Sambandha, and the other one is called as Sanyoga Sambandha. Avayava Avayavinoho, Gunagurinoho, Kriya Kriyavatoho, Jati Vyaktyoho, Vishesha Nitya Dravyayoscha Samavaya Sambandha. Now, between the Avayava and Avayav part in the whole, there has to be some sambandha. It cannot be called as Sanyoga Sambandha. Correct? Then, between the Guna and Guni, there is some sambandha. That also cannot be called as Sanyoga Sambandha. Correct? Kriya Kriyavan, there has to be some Jati Vyakti. Jati is go, Gotva, and Vyakti is that go. Between the cow and the cowness, there. So cowness is going to be there all over the cow, right from its tail to the horn. Everywhere cowness. So and how is Sanyoga? Only in one part of the Sambandhi. Correct? So when you say the pot is on the floor and there is a sambandha between the floor and the pot, it is not the whole of pot is not touching the ground. Only that little portion, 2 inches, is touching the ground. And therefore now, what is it? It is only in one part of the ghata and one part of the bhumi. Bhutala. So therefore, amongst all these things, what is there? It is called as you cannot say that it is Sanyoga Sambandha. So now you have to accept that there is yet another Sambandha called as Samavaya Sambandha. And this Samavaya Sambandha is Nitya Sambandha. How is it? In their Siddhanta, it is Nitya. We Vedantis do not accept this because other than Brahman, nothing is Nitya. Other than Paramatma, nothing is Nitya. Therefore, we do not accept Samavaya Sambandha. So, but then there has to be some Sambandha. We will see what it is. But now he is trying to show you from the standpoint of Nyayamata. So, Atmanaha Panchakoshanam Avayava Avayavi Adishu Aparigadanat Na Samavaya. Now you tell us, amongst all these that were uh, counted over here as having the Samavaya Sambandha between the Guna and Guni, Kriyavan, Kriya and Kriyavan, Jati, Vyakti, and Vishesha and Nitya Dravya. There is always Samavaya Sambandha. Where will you keep Atma and the Panchakoshas in this? Correct? Atma and Panchakoshas cannot be called as Guna and Guni, cannot be called as Kriya Kriyavan, cannot be called as Jati Vyakti, cannot be called as Vishesha and Nitya Dravya. Their Nitya Dravya is only Paramanu. Their Vishesha Dravya is, their Nitya Dravya is Paramanu, which is not Atma. Okay, because according to them, Atma is also Vibhu, so cannot be called as Anu. Okay, and therefore, where will you keep none of these parameters applied for Samavaya Sambandha are applicable to Atma and Panchakosha, and therefore, Sambandha Vishesh, it cannot be called as na Samavaya. Samavaya Sambandha cannot be accepted. Okay, ठीक है बानु? Further, tarhi bheri dandayoriva sanyogahastu. Now let us consider then the other type of sambandha, which is sanyoga sambandha. And where do you find this sanyoga sambandha? For example, like in Theri and the danda, the drum and the stick. Okay. Theri dandayoriva sanyogahastu iti chet. So he says, Atmano dravyatva nangikarat sopina sambhavati. Now, between the dravyas, there can be sanyoga sambandha. Between the dravyas, there can be, but we don't accept Atma as a dravya, as some sort of a material. And therefore, that sambandha is also not possible. Tarhi, then in that case, koshanancha, atmanaha koshanancha, kova sambandha. Then, sir, what is the sambandha between the koshas and Atma? Because unless and until there is some sambandha, it cannot be understood as one and the same. And your transactions also happen. I am hungry, I am walking, and so on and so forth. So you have to tell us there has to be some sambandha between Atma and the Panchakoshas. Okay. Iti ched, if this is your question, Rajju Sarpayoho, Shuktika Rajatayoho, Sthanu Purushayoho, Akasha Varnayoho, Ivacha Adhyasa Sambandha Eva. Okay. With 4 examples. Between Rajju and Sarpa, between Shuktika and Rajata, between the Sthanu and the Purusha. Now you all are familiar with these terms, right? Sthanu Purusha means the ghost and the host. Okay. Sthanu Purushayo, Akash Varnayo, like the space and the color, blueness, Nilima. Varnayo, Iva, Adhyasa Sambandha. What is there? There is an Adhyas between the Rajju and the Sarpa. The Sarpa is only superimposed. So what is there? What is there? There is a superimposition. Now we are going to say this superimposition itself is the sambandha. Superimposition itself is now if the logicians are going to say, then this sambandha will also stay in Atma. Then between Atma and this sambandha, what sambandha is there? Basically, it will lead to regress infinitum, anavasthatu. And now, if you are going to question us this, then we are going to question you. Now you tell us that this samavaya sambandha that is there between jati and vyakti, then that means that samavaya sambandha is also there in the vyakti. Then by what sambandha is this samavaya staying in the vyakti? If you are going to say that is yet another samavaya, then we are going to ask you, then that samavaya and this vyakti, what is the sambandha? You see? And therefore, if you are going to carry on, it will become regress infinitum. So that what you are calling as a dosha is already there. So why call it a dosha? Eh, somebody says, you have one defect, What is the defect? Hey, you have nose between the two eyes and above the mouth, huh? That is a defect in you. Hey, so what you have and your father has? Huh? Where is your nose? Huh? Then do you call that as a defect? Therefore, don't call it as a defect. So also, therefore, what is it? Adhyasa eva sambandha. Shuktika rajatayoho sthanam purushayoho akasha varnayoriva cha adhyasa sambandha eva. Okay? Okay? Adhyasa sambandha also you can say. Adhyasika sambandha also you can say. Both are correct. Then ayam adhyasaha ekataradhyaso va anyonyadhyasa va iti chet. Is this adhyasa, the superimposition, only one way, or is it a mutual adhyasa? Because sometimes you are going to say, you mean body as the Atma, and sometimes you are going to mean Atma as the body. Correct? So when you are going to say, I am tall, you mean Atma is body. And when you are saying, my height is 5 feet 10 inches, you mean body is Atma. You see? So now there is a question as ekataradhyasaha va anyonyadhyasaha iti. So he says ahankarasyapanascha militva ekapratyaya vishayatvad anyonyadhyasaha eva. It is anyonyadhyasa only. But why, sir, are you saying it is anyonyadhyasa? Why are you saying it is a mutual superimposition? What is the reason? Because ahankarasya atmanascha, with both ahankara and atma, militva ekapratyaya vishayatvat, become the same object, one object of experience. Okay? Ahankarasya atmanascha militva ekapratyaya. So now let us say I'm going to say this is a pen. So when I'm saying this is a pen and your eyes are also meeting this object, okay? So now what has happened is that some pratyaya, some experience is generated. Now, when there is an experience, obviously there has to be an object of experience, something that you are experiencing. So what is the object? Pen. So also, when you are going to say aham, then that word or whatever it is, if it is when it is an experience, it has to have an object of experience. So when this is pratiti, okay, so it is this is a pratiti or a pratyaya, then what is that? What is the object over there? That ahankar and atma appear as one, and that is what becomes the object of your experience. Okay. Ahankar atmanascha militva ek pratyay vishaya. And ek pratyay vishayatvad, now we are forced to say it is anyonyadhyasaha. You understand why we are calling it anyonyadhyasa? All right. Now, why were we even at anyonyadhyasa? Because we are, how has the thought developed? What is the sambandha? And that sambandha is adhyasika sambandha. If it is adhyasika sambandha, then that what is the nature of this adhyasa? Ekatara adhyasa or anyonyadhyasa. Ayam atmano annamaya koshasya cha anyonyadhyasaha kathmiti ched. Now, how is this annamaya kosha and atma have mutual superimposition? Okay. How? You cannot deny it because it is your experience only. How? Aham manushya. First, your experience claim is aham manushya. From which I am not. Okay? Only manushya are allowed in this class. Because why only manushya? Because we do Ram Raksha. Pishats are not allowed. So, Atmano Annamha. Aham Manushya. Aham Devaha. Aham Stri. Aham Purushaha. Aham Jataha. Jata means I'm born. And that's why you say I was born on so and so day. Abhishek, very auspicious, on Vijayadashmi day only I was born. Very auspicious. And because of you, poor that lady, she should be celebrating. She was in the hospital in pain. What good? And then, oh, you don't say like that. Okay. Aham jataha, aham varte. I am there. Aham aham vridhingataha. That means I have attained, I have grown. Now, sometimes, you just don't grow only in teenage till 22. You grow. But after that also, ask me, we have been growing only. Wait. One Mahatma met me after so many years here in Haridwar. He had seen me in Kashi. आप वही हैं? दक्षिणामूर्ति में तो आपका पट्टाभिषेक हुआ था. ये क्या हो गया? Because my consecration took place in Dakshinamurti much before then Kashi. So all these Mahamandeshwar Pattabhishek. So all Mahatmas from Akhadas, so many had come. Generally when anyone is consecrated as Mahamandeshwar, then everybody comes. So he had seen me then. What has happened? So aham vruddhingataha. What has happened? Vruddhingataha. Aham viparinataha. Some changes have happened. All my hair have gone. So, and the beard has become white. Uh, uh, so some modifications have just taken place. Aham jeernaha, worn out. Now I understand with clapping steps. This in the beginning, the knees had started making some sound. Now they are also sending a signal of pain. Aham jeernaha, aham itaha param marishyami. And now the Annamaya Koshi were finally. Then you also say that to your children and all these things. You will remember me after I'm gone. Uh, now you don't have value for me. When I'm gone, only you will remember me. What are you talking about? What do you mean by that? You going, my going means nothing but Annamaya Kosh. And therefore, this is how you see mutual superimposition. There's more. Huh? The Annamaya Kosh is not going to end because that is the. Did you see that long list? Uh, Aham Balaha. Some people forever. Aham Kumaraha. Aham Yuva. Aham Vriddhaha. Iti. Aham Brahmanaha. All these things, even these claims, Aham Brahmana. In last life, if you are Shudra, this life you are Brahmana. Now you tell me what really you are, Brahmana or Shudra. So when you say Aham Brahmana, Aham Shudra, what are you referring to? Annamaya Kosho. Correct? Last life you were a man, this life you are a woman. And I am a woman. Now what is that? Annamaya. Last life you were a woman, this life you are a man. Men, how can men wash vessels? It is good they know what, at least they can wash some other things and keep themselves clean. Wash. And then, now this is all. What are you saying, sir? Yeah, you are only, what is this? You take this as reality, but it is only mutual superimposition. Aham kshatriyaha, aham vaishyaha, aham shudraha, aham brahmachari, aham grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi. Just a person, if he does not marry, for us is not brahmachari. Okay? Because after having studied the Veda, pay attention to this. If the person says, I am going to stay in the Gurukula, not because after the Samavartana is done, the Guru gives him permission to go and start a life of Grihastha. That is what is said. So, if he stays in the in the Gurukula, serving the teacher and studying the Veda, then only he is called as a brahmachari. Just you are not married, is not going to be brahmachari. Now, for other practical purposes, that may be called, but not. Otherwise, what? Otherwise, is something like without any ashram, anashrami. There is something like atyashrami. Somebody like Ramana Maharshi, Jivan Mukta is called as Atyashrami. But Anashrami means, then what is the karma for him? Because whatever is the set of do's and don'ts is applicable to Varnashrama. What is there for you? So the Anashrami, one should not stay Anash. Okay? So Aham Grahastha, Aham Vanaprastha, Aham Sannyasi. Even this Abhimana that I am sannyasi, etc., is referring to what? Annamaya Kosh. Then Aham Andraha, Aham Dravidaha, Aham Karnatakaha, Aham Vatsagotraha. Parashara Gotra Utpanna. Every day, Anuj Sharma is doing. Aham Karnatakaha, Vatsak. So by this we understand that Vasudeva Yatishwara was a sannyasi from South India. इति अहम वत्सगोत्रः तुम लोग क्या वत्सगोत्र श्रीवत्सगोत्र हो बट ही इज ओनली वत्सगोत्र सो देन वत्सगोत्रः अहम कौशिकगोत्रः इति अहम रामः अहम कृष्णः अहम शंकरः महादेवः नेम्स अहम दीक्षितः अहम शास्त्री नाउ दीज आर दीक्षितः शास्त्री aham yodha. So that dikshitas are these, pujaris of Chidambaram, Appaya Dikshit, etc. All these. There was one another great, he was Grihastha only, but Dikshita was, what was his name? Chidambara Dikshit. You heard his name in Karnataka. Anyways, aham yodha, aham bhoji, इति च अन्नमय कोश विकार धर्मान आत्मनि अध्यस्यति. Then all these annamaya kosha vikaras are seen in Atma. Okay. Then Atmanishtha, what are the dharmas of Atma? Sachidananda. Let us treat this Sachidananda as dharmas for now, for time being. Because there is no dharma dharmi such things in Atma actually. But for our convenience sake, we can do that. So, Atmanishta Sachidanandan Annamaya Koshe Sharire Mama Shariram Asti. So, now Sat Vastu is Asti. Sat Asti. Mama Shariram Asti. Shariram is seen as existing, is real, is. Bhati is seen, and Priyam iti adhyasyati. Evam Annamaya Koshasya Atmanascha Anyonya Adhyasa. Thus there is, what do you see? What kind of adhyasa is there between Atma and this Annamaya Kosha? Anyonya Adhyasa. And this is how you have to see that, all our transactions, all the transactions are nothing but they are based on adhyasa. Without adhyasa, these transactions are. What is your gotra? Without this, can you say that? Without this adhyasa, can you say that? Nityundana gotra. Huh? People who are sitting over here for everyday parayat, they also have started by heart and now you are gotras. Sharma ji does, na? Anyway, eva mannamaya koshasya atmanascha anyonyatyasa. Thus there is an anyonyatyasa between Atma and the Annamaya kosha. Okay, I think we should stop here. Then other things are also there, and everywhere, what are you going to see? That between all the five koshas, there is Anyonya Adhyasa. Okay? Remember. Why are you talking about Anyonya Adhyasa? What is the Sambandha? Why are you at the Sambandha discussion on Sambandha also? Because both of them are used interchangeably by you by in one word only. Because that Eka Pratyaya Vishaya, both of them become what? The object of same experience. Eka Pratyaya Vishayatvat Anyonya Adhyasa. Okay? And so therefore this Adhyasa is the Sambandha. And this Adhyasa is mutual. So, okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Shankaram Shankaracharya Keshavam Badarayam Sudra Bhashitau Vande Bhagavantam Puranam Ishvaro Guratmiti Murti Veda Bhagine Vyomavad Vyapti Dehaya Dakshina Uttaye Namaha Shanti Shanti Namah Parvati Uttaye Har Har Mahadev Mahadev